for today's cup of coffee,
Cup of coffee.
I have concerns.
Concerns.
Absolutely.
What's your concern?
I really am concerned that we're getting ready to see this huge amount of mass hysteria.
Yeah, it's
building
right upon us.
And we got to realize that some of these forces of darkness, they understand humans better than humans understand themselves.
That's true.
And that they use these things, their knowledge, to manipulate us instead of helping us help ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
It's where we've got to edify ourselves to help ourselves.
How do we edify
How
ourselves?
do we? Well, first of all, we got to figure out the strategy of the enemy. And we've got quite a few examples from the past of mass hysteria, which they're saying that they don't want to use that term anymore. Guess what? That makes me want to use the term more.
Yeah.
Everybody knows what mass hysteria is.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the things, in case you don't, it says that it's used to describe a rapid spread of panic and or fear. And whoever these experts,
a lot of shit.
and I'm just going to tell you that this snippets, one or two sentences, is from some place called Helpline. You know, do I trust the quote unquote experts these days? No, I really don't. If you go and listen to Dr. Soon, you'll understand why. I hope everybody did take an opportunity to listen to Tucker Carlson interview Dr. Soon. He is just amazing.
He is. I cannot recite some of the stuff that he said at the moment, but he's really intelligent.
Yeah.
He knows his shit. He's actually, you can tell he's telling the truth compared to, these other people who are bought out.
He is a wonderful, wonderful man.
Yeah.
Man of ethics.
Mm-hmm.
That's, I was,
He's
at
got
first,
perfect ethics.
Well, it's a matter of, virtues. And I had started once, I was researching about the virtues, which are the opposite of vices. Virtues are things that you want to have. People used to strive to achieve different levels of virtue. And now it seems like they are striving to achieve lower levels of vice. So, do you want to be on the side of light, or do you want to be on the side of darkness? And this is one of the things that, people having to make decisions. Even
side
when you're,
of light, please.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not making a decision. Well, you've already made a decision. That's called omission. It's like, no, there's a name for that. But they're saying on this Helpline article here that mass hysteria is considered a type of conversion disorder or a mental health condition that involves physical symptoms prompted by emotional or mental tension. And this is where you get into like mob mentality. That's some scary shit.
Yeah, that is.
But what I thought was more interesting was they said in terms of sociology, this falls into the category of collective behavior, or the mostly spontaneous actions of a large group of people who influence each other. And oh my God, do we have that going on today?
We certainly do, don't we?
Now, within this collective behavior, yes, humans have a tendency to be very social creatures. Mm-hmm. What if it's deeper than that? What if it is that collective consciousness? Mm-hmm. What if it's quantum physics?
Yeah. It's beyond quantum physics also.
Well, and it's like, as far as individuals, we are individuals, but we are each connected to each other. Mm-hmm. What we do to one hurts all. What we do kindness to one can help all.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting thing. And I was thinking about, even musically, if you've got,
Not the app.
huh?
Not the app.
Not what app?
Musically.
Oh, no, I didn't even know there was such a thing.
Yeah, it was before TikTok, and then Musically turned into TikTok.
Oh, okay. But if you have musical notes, and it's just like in a symphony or whatever, and you've got one person that all of a sudden they hit a wrong note, a lot of times you know it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for those of you all who are music people out there, Scrimshaw, I'm calling on you, honey. If you've got such disharmony, which we describe as noise, how much, if you've got a single pure tone, can that disrupt the noise? Can it override the noise, the cacophony?
You can. I think you can.
I think you can.
Because, for example, high-pitched whine.
Uh-huh.
All the other noise, but you can hear that high-pitched whine somewhere.
Uh-huh. And that's what I was wondering, if you've got all these low frequencies, which we think of as, if you want to say low notes on the musical scale.
Mm-hmm.
And you do have that one those high notes. And maybe that's what you're talking about, is that high-pitched, you can pick up on that even above all even at bass that's booming.
You can still hear it because it's piercing.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that's one singular, even tone.
Uh-huh.
At a high level.
Right. And this is something that there have been a lot of people, especially the Buddhist, with thought and thinking pure thoughts, loving thoughts, healing thoughts. That is the one group that I know that has done that consistently for hundreds of years. Now, there's other groups that they were told to do it. That doesn't mean they're doing it.
Right.
Even as far as prayer, because where 2 or 3 are gathered in Christian tradition, that amplifies that purity of thought. And it is supposed to be one accord.
What do you mean by one accord?
They're supposed to be in agreement with each other.
Okay.
So that means that if you've got one person and they're praying and they have good intention and that you're agreeing with their prayer and you're joining in with what they're saying, always be careful of what you say amen to, for real.
Yeah.
And then you've got somebody that's there on the side thinking about what they're going to have to eat after whenever. Okay, that person they're sort of sidelined.
Yeah. Yeah,
and
they're
it
not
may,
focused on...
It's not always intentional.
Not always, but sometimes
Because people have to be taught again how to focus.
True.
And in our world today, that is one of the tools that is being used against us. It's another form of division, divided attention.
It is. It is.
And when you've got people who have an attention span of 5 or 6 seconds, and a lot of times these people don't want to put forth the effort to learn how to control that or to increase that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a weapon to be used against humanity. Because, the thing is, I have heard so many people for a long period of time right now talking about everything that's wrong. Yeah. I have not heard as many people offering solutions.
I don't think anyone has a true solution.
I think that what I am proposing is part of a solution. And this is to do what our ancestors did, which is that prayer, that focus, whatever. And to get just 2 or 3 people with you over the phone, whatever, just for a few seconds to pray. I know that gentleman who did the research about the ice crystals, and that the Buddhist monks had prayed. It was the intention, and it changed the shape of how the ice crystals formed from the same water. All of it was taken from the same water.
So, pray.
Yeah.
Just mass prayer.
Mass prayer. Absolutely. Every day, find you somebody. If it's an online buddy, whatever it is, just, and pray for peace for everybody. Pray for forgiveness. Pray love. Whatever you would like to receive, whatever you would like to see in the world, ask for that for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And that includes the people you don't like. Now, those are the ones it's harder to pray for. But those are the ones that in our belief system, we're told to pray for them harder.
Yeah.
To forgive the people who have harmed us, who hate us, and that's hard. But we were told that it wasn't going to be easy.
That is true.
And it's like, if
struggles.
If it's an experiment that doesn't work, no harm, no foul. But if each individual that hears this takes part in this, and these little lights that they can, it is amazing. Try this yourself. Take one of those little birthday candles, just one of those little tiny things. Set it someplace safe. I know our people, but we never know when somebody's going to come through, and it's like, don't be burning your house down, have some sense on it. It's sad you have to put a disclaimer on something like that.
No.
But to light that at night and then turn off the lights, and how that one little point of light dispels so much darkness. And that if each of us that have a clue, that we're wondering what to do, well, I'm giving you something to do today.
Let your little light shine.
Absolutely let that little light shine. Instead of sitting there griping about the problems, we know the problems. Let's try to be part of a solution. And I've heard Greg Braden and some of the New Age community say, I'm not against what these people, I don't agree with everything that they say. There's lots of groups that I don't agree with everything they say, but there's groups, love recognizes love. I don't care what group you're in. That's just like a smile is a universal form of communication. That's just like music is a universal form of communication. Yeah.
It is.
To become that harmony.
Yep.
So if nothing else, it's worth a shot. Why not try?
It doesn't hurt, and it does good. It actually works. Mass prayer works.
And to visualize society as it used to be. That was something Kid was talking about earlier. Without the strife. When people were just going out and doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Just for a few minutes, focus on how that was. How you would like it to see. Where people were smiling at each other and they're sitting there waving at each other, asking if they could help somebody that without the fear.
You could go out places and you wouldn't have to worry. You weren't scared of how people were going to act or whatever.
Right. Where people were courteous, where they were polite. Love. Those expressions of love.
Mm-hmm.
An expression. Laughter. You know?
Yeah.
Just true laughter. of somebody saying, hey, do you need help with that? Can I open the door with you? Where people were not offended and looking to be offended, and they personal accountability and responsibility, mature thinking. If it was kids, that they were just that purity, that innocence of childhood without all this evil that has tried to steal that from these babies.
Yep.
To just
Absolutely.
focus, if it's 3 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever, a day, to just focus on those wonderful things. It's not going to hurt anything. So that's my little mountain solution to this huge, huge problem. And to be grateful, to thank God for what you have. Don't be griping and bitching and moaning about what you don't.
That's a good solution. It's the best solution, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Because God can do all things.
He can do all things. He can do all things. Kid, final thoughts?
Oh, gotta keep faith. Gotta keep faith.
Absolutely.
Keep praying, keep faith.
Absolutely.
Constant prayer, constant faith, persistent.
And to let that little light shine. The fight back against these forces of darkness. If you've had experiences with paranormal or supernatural encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, you can send me an email, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com. It's there in the description box.
Yep. And if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and most of all subscribe, and click that notification button for daily notifications of our daily uploads. Thank you all and have a good.
Know that you are loved. Within each individual, doesn't matter how screwed up they are and that they can't see it. Know that the spark of divine that is in you recognizes the spark of the divine that is in them. Pray for them. The worse they're acting, the more they need prayer. We've lived that in our lives.
Yep.
And grateful for prayer. So, Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cut.
Yep.
Bye.